Cześć, strony Kapitan 2, to jest drugi odcinek z Stanley Parable. Ostatnio zrobiliśmy ending, gdzie uciekliśmy z tego biura. I... co jeszcze zrobiliśmy? Byliśmy w jakimś domu czy coś? Była żona tam czy coś i tam jest dużo opcji jeszcze. Więc idziemy robić to samo zakończenie. Tak, to już widziałem tę historię. O co?! Co?! Ta gra mnie rozwala. O co?! Ostatnio nagrywałem odcinek, chyba coś mówili, że coś się O co?! Całe biuro się zmieniło. Whiteboard ending? Co? Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Console bark? Console bark, co? Szybko. Pod którym konsolę? Konsola. Fast. Nie wiem pod którym. Konsola. Pod... Klikam ten przycisk, nic się nie dzieje. Okej, nie wiem o co chodzi. Zostawię to na razie. Okej, ale czemu się biuro zmieniło? O co chodzi?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Idę po prawej
he
teraz,
entered that
idę po
this was
prawej.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. What a
Właśnie
beautiful
wygląda jak
room.
tamten pokój.
What a but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Mogę teraz po lewej pójść, tak? Idę tutaj.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
A
5
co jeśli
years ago.
skoczę?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Co? Znowu biuro się zmieniło. Co? O co chodzi? O co chodzi? Przerwało mnie na chwilę, dobra, ale o co chodzi? Znowu się biuro zmieniło. Znowu to.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. This was not the correct way to the
Czy za
meeting room,
każdym razem
and
to się
Stanley
będzie
knew
zmieniało,
it
za którymś
perfectly
razem to
well.
już będzie coś
Perhaps he
innego?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Będę
just
musiał
to
ogarnąć
admire
coś
it.
z whiteboard ending.
The
Tam
lounge
pisało
was
konsol
sublime, a
i
work
bark.
of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nie wezmę tych drzwi. Znaczy, nie wejdę tamtędy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Jest
it's
parę
incredible he
opcji
wasn't 5
tutaj.
years ago.
Widzę, parę opcji właśnie. Okej, ale myślałem, że coś za to się
Stanley,
stanie,
I
bo
think perhaps we've gotten
jednak
off on the wrong foot.
ostrzeżenie, żeby nie skakać,
I'm
bo
not
inaczej
sure
zginiesz.
you really
Znaczy, wiedziałem, że zginę, myślałem, że coś
I realize
achievement będzie za to.
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
Ale było
fact
coś innego.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Okej.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Nie odbiorę
That's
telefonu.
her, Stanley.
No.
You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Zapniemy
If you can
drzwi.
truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Mogę?
As Stanley picked up
O,
the
mogę!
phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life
Czemu to-
reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Co jest?
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the
So?
two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Co?
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Co?
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used
So?
incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Co?
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Co?
Excellent.
Ćwiczenia?
Making choices on a regular basis is the
O,
best
co?
part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals
Boże, ta
recommend
gra
making
mnie
at least 8
straszy.
choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Co?
Welcome back.
Co?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making,
Okay.
we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way,
Czemu
please.
to są wózki widłowe? I... Ale gdzie mam pójść?
Now that we know your
Okay,
choices are
jedzie.
meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
Aha!
Imagine the main character dying senselessly
Ale tam
halfway
coś
through
jest,
the
tutaj
story.
coś jest.
That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse.
Nie wiem czemu obstałem, że muszę tutaj zeskoczyć. Muszę zeskoczyć, bo tu są drzwi otwarte. Tam coś jest. Tam są drzwi na górze jeszcze. Okej, a co mamy zrobić? Czemu się wracam? Te drzwi są teraz zamknięte, okej. Czy ja się teraz
Almost
wracam do
there.
początku?
You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Na lewo znowu? Co ma z tym lewo?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Coś stanie wybiorę po prawej znowu.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
O. Jeszcze raz tu wejdę. Okej, ale coś tu się psuje. Jakiś... Coś tu się dzieje ciekawego. Okej, wybiorę po lewej, niech ci będzie.
Oh, it's ruined. I
Ah,
can't believe after everything
so-
we talked about that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Sorry,
What did you get out
stary.
of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
Nie, sorry,
Left here like
ale-
so much
naprawdę-
garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story
nie
is
dzieje,
now
że ci zepsuły
incorrect?
grę,
How can I go
przepraszam.
back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Nie,
I have to.
nie. O kurde! Wow. Wow. A!
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With
Mam,
you.
nie, mam Portal 2
Who thought you were
flashbacks
so clever.
z tego domku, gdzie
Now look
zaczyna
where we
się.
are.
Z Portala
My
2.
entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground.
Oh.
Did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Co?
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Niech ci będzie.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
Teraz
hoping
jest
he might find
zamknięte.
an answer there. Coming to a staircase,
Oj, to jest
Stanley
zablokowane
walked
teraz.
upstairs to
Co?
his boss's office.
Czemu? To jest... To nie jest otwarte też. O! Tu już nie ma napisu. O kurde. Tu się dużo zmienia teraz. To też jest zamknięte. O kurde, ale to
Stepping
i to
inside
się...
his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Please
life.
speak clearly
Shocked,
into the
unraveled,
receiver.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. Nie wiem, czy to tak działa.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
nie, sorry.
speak the code into the receiver.
chcę.
Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
No ale chcę właśnie, czemu znowu panda jest? Niestety, nie mogę się dostać. Sorry,
Okay,
ale...
fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
I'm the most
the kind of
expensive
respect
boss.
Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Co? Co tu się dzieje? Co tu się dzieje? Nie ogarniam.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
To jestem ja?
Please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening
Thank you
to
for
me?
playing Stanley Parable.
Do you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It
Co?
cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know.
Nie, no...
I need this.
Chciałbym
The
się
story
poruszyć.
needs it. So, you hear me?
Ja jestem tu, tu jestem.
You listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
A mi szkoda go teraz, nie. Ja chcę się poruszyć.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
To nie brzmiało już tak fajnie.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Co
Stanley
tu się
decided
dzieje?
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Co tu się dzieje? Tu kiedyś muszę przejść. Albo tędy, żeby się dostać tam.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Pójdę i
it.
spróbuję teraz zeskoczyć z tego, żeby skoczyć na
Standing
ten,
now
na
in
ten
this
mostek
incredible
jakby.
room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley
Nie,
took the
kiedy indziej
first
wejdę.
open door on his left.
Mam nadzieję, że to nie prowadzi do tego samego miejsca, ale chyba tak wygląda.
Stanley
Okej,
was
nie
so
ma
bad
blokad.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Dobra, i chcę skoczyć tutaj, doskoczyć, jak będzie to
Look,
już
Stanley,
wysoko.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
W sumie
let
jakieś
me
połączenia
prove it.
2B.
Let me prove that I'm on your
Kurde,
side.
znowu kolejne
Give me
drzwi.
a chance. Now listen carefully,
To
this
jest
is
cała
important.
karta.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Niebieskie.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the
Niebieskie.
red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through
Niebieskie.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
Whoa.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Faktycznie
Broken
są te
rooms,
tekstury
exposed
takie
developer
podstawowe.
textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You give me absolutely nothing so far.
Pojazdy.
Tell you what.
Ja ci już
take
mówię,
a stab in the
pojazdy.
dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Dobra, spróbujmy.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Oh.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
5. Mi się podoba bardzo.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door?
No widzisz?
It's
Na
instinct,
przyszłość
mostly.
masz.
A calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this
Zwali
one.
mnie z nóg?
Let's take a
Zobaczmy.
look.
Dokładnie, zobaczmy. Wow. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. To są naprawdę tabele jakichś gości, którzy przyszedli w ileś tam czasu w tą grę. A co jak przejdę jeszcze raz tędy?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest
Dajmy
answers,
5.
please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Tak, chcę.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Nie
Let
mam
me
nic
boot it
przeciwko,
up.
oczywiście.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire...
A mi się to nie
fail.
podoba.
It's a very meaningful game. All about the
Bardzo
desperation and
głęboko.
tedium of endlessly confronting the
co?
demands of family life.
Czemu?
I think the
Czemu
artwork
robisz głęboką
will
grę?
really take
Co?
notice.
Nie.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So
4
why don't you
godziny?
give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Co? A co jak dojdę mu? A nie!
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Nie wiem, czy mi to
Because if it's the latter,
śmieszy.
well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas.
Ale to i tak
I
jest
can't
tylko
think of
karton.
a single thing that might improve
Nie?
the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Nie podoba mi się
Since my
to.
game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. At
Co?
last, the one thing you've always desired.
Co?
A game I had absolutely
Minecraft?
nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm
So?
done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic
Ta gra jest
purpose.
zarąbista.
Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
O,
This will go here. No, here. And then...
To jest dom?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
Ale fajne, zarąbiste zrobili. Nie spodziewałem się tego w ogóle.
Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable. Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Dzięki. Ale to jest fajne. To jest remaster muzyki Minecrafta.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought
Nie
a
mam,
light?
nie mam pochodni. Dasz mi trochę?
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow
Endermana
and
słyszałem.
linear.
Słyszałem.
Something that makes
Endermana.
you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds
Pająka
couldn't
słyszałem.
save this one. Okay, new game.
Co? Portal!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a
Można
glass
rozwalić
box
kubek?
with
Czekaj.
no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspiring.
O!
I couldn't have done it any better
Ale
myself.
to jest fajne.
What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay.
Stary,
I'm curious.
ja
Let's go find
jestem
out what
speedrunnerem z tej gry. Nie, to tu ma portal się pojawić, tu mam wyjść tędy. Tutaj nie mogę bandy hopować. No daj,
puzzle.
kostkę.
Critical thinking, Stanley.
Wiem co zrobić, jestem speedrunnerem w tej grze.
Genius.
Genius.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
O! O! Filling cabinets. Co? Ta gra mi miesza głowie. O, spadłem. Co? Czemu wszędzie musi być tak creepy? Czy ta gra musi być creepy? O! Rozpoznajesz miejsce. Myślałem, że tam martwy człowiek leży, nie wiem czemu. Jest nie moje biuro. Coś tu muszę zrobić. To jest niepokojące, nic nie mówi. Nie ma muzyki. Nie lubię tego.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it.
Co się
Down
dzieje?
Wherever he is right now.
Co się
I
dzieje?
wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Też mogę poczekać. O! Dobra, ten film trwa już też pół godziny, więc ja będę na razie kończył. Ja się z wami żegnam. Cześć, na razie i pa.